Welcome
to Film Shapes,
the podcast.
Well, here we are today, guys. Today we're talking about colour out of space, and we're joined again by Roly.
Hello.
And Merv. Hi.
G'day.
Now, I've got a feeling that I'm alone on this one. But anyway, let me just give you a bit of a preamble. This film is a horror sci-fi comedy starring Nicolas Cage and directed by Richard Stanley. It's based on an H.P. Lovecraft short story, and it deals with a meteorite landing in a remote area and messing with some shit. What do you think, guys?
Not a comedy.
It was, what a sad excuse for a film, really. What?
I liked it.
Was it supposed to be a comedy?
It fell flat with me.
What was it? You know, the first half of this film actually had me interested.
Okay.
And I was thinking, I'm very curious to see where this is going. And then it just turns to utter shit, doesn't it?
Where did you lose it?
Well, I think it was about halfway through. I can't remember the exact moment. But, I mean, you can't just splash a bunch of colour and visual effects around.
No.
In the second half of a film and expect it to be a movie, can you?
You'd think it lost its shape then, did you?
Yeah. I mean, and Cage. I mean, we could get started on Cage as well.
I think we saved Cage.
It's not really even his fault, but the whole Cage thing is a different...
That'll take about half of this podcast.
Yeah,
I think.
I know.
I thought it was funny. Like, there are parts in it, like there's the sci-fi element, sure enough, it's just very colourful and it's a bit... There's some creepy stuff, I thought, as far as the horror goes, but not super scary. But I was laughing quite a lot, Merv, as you can attest to.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed it.
Perplexed me very deeply.
Okay, we're going to go into spoiler territory here. The first laugh I got was where she chopped her fingers off cutting the carrots and just went, dinner's ready, like that.
Okay, yeah, so that was about the point where it started to get weird. Started to get legitimately weird. And I would have been fine with that if it had have then had some semblance of story, if it had have sort of invited you along with it, but it didn't. It seemed to just go off into its own territory and forget about the audience altogether.
I think the things I got from this was it was an illness allegory, right? It's using the alien as a metaphor for the cancer that the mum has, right?
Yep.
That's my theory on this. And this is deeper spoiler stuff, I guess, but she's doing all this occult shit and she's doing rituals. The daughter, this is, who is kind of the star apart from Nick, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's...
We're seeing a lot of it from her angles.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you're seeing it from the point of view, actually, of the hydrologist.
Or taxologist or biologist or whatever. They can't quite work out what he is.
I think he's a
hydrologist.
I know, but each time Nicolas Cage...
Oh, that's his...
Yeah. You're the taxologist, in that odd accent.
Yeah.
No, but
Nick.
Let's go back. It was quite interesting that I thought, well, she's doing all this ritual with the occult, which is kind of a whole new ballgame to the alien stuff. So this means she's going to survive and beat this alien thing. That's my theory going through the film. It didn't happen.
I feel like maybe if the screenwriters had have thought about things a bit more, they might have gone back and...
I think that was a rug pull for us. Like, I was thinking all the way through, she's going to survive because she's cut her forehead. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And done some incantations.
Not enough. Sorry. Yeah.
So the fact she didn't, I thought, that's okay. I didn't expect that.
I was kind of glad she copped it. She was annoying.
Gee, you guys got nothing from this.
No, I've never met a more unpleasant family on cinema, and I was happy to see the end of all of them.
Really?
Yep.
The teenage boy was a bit irritating. The little boy, I thought he was fine as a
little kid. Throw him down the well.
Yep.
Throw him down the well straight away.
Wow.
I thought I was...
And I didn't understand. I just didn't get the family. It was just how old were these kids meant to be? I mean, the little one's fine. Were they high school kids?
Yeah,
were
she
they
was like
teenagers?
She was probably 17. The kid was about 16, I guess, the boy.
But yeah, it was just kind of a weird family in the woods who'd...
So his
I felt
father,
like they ran out of ideas. They ran out of...
Dude, I think there were too many ideas in this.
So they had it fairly together. I don't know. Would you agree, Merv, that the first half of the film was quite watchable? And I found that, okay, I'm interested in where this is going. And then they didn't really have anywhere to take it, so they just splashed a bunch of colour around.
I find now myself, sorry about this,
yeah,
supporting and going into bat for this film that I thought was average.
Go on.
Like, I thought it's okay, but because you guys are killing it,
I'll go there because, I really do think it was offensively bad.
Really? Offensively bad?
Offensively bad. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'll come straight out with it.
Go on.
If I had have paid to see this film, which I didn't,
okay,
I would feel very ripped off.
You'd go to the box
and
office.
I would encourage people not to pay to see this film because
super.
Just wait till it comes out on
I'm just
Netflix
glad I got some
whatever.
free pizza with my ticket.
Yeah, that's true.
So at least I felt I got something.
Oh, okay. I would tell people to go and see this if they like Cage.
Well, this is the thing. You told me to go see it.
Yeah.
I said, I got a bad feeling about this. I'm not quite ready to.
Have I ever let you down before, Roly? Yes, probably.
I mean, I knew this film was going to be weird. I mean,
I'm good with that.
It's based on Lovecraft. I'll be honest, I'm not a massive fan of his stuff. But it was I just found it excruciating, more boring than Us. That's how much I don't like it.
Us as a group of people?
No, the film last year.
Right, I gotcha.
For me, it only got boring towards the end where you realise, so people are just going to chop their fingers off, lock their daughters in closets, jump down wells and run around like idiots. Then you know, okay, so anything goes. Yeah, okay, when's it going to be over?
Yeah, it bored me senseless.
And it went on. It took that stuff on and on. Yep. The graphic effects at the end were just. There were too many segments where you thought it was the end, and then it had another bit of nonsensical stuff that needs to happen for some reason.
Well, here's a bit that I thought you would gobble up, Roly. The time didn't just fuck with people and animals and flowers and plants. It fucked with time. I thought you'd love that shit.
But it didn't do it in a very in a way that's easy to share from one person to another. I mean,
he did have to explain that.
Yeah,
there was some
funny
moments.
The sun comes in. I seem to have lost some time. That went weird.
It was
that was the end of discussion.
It was literally like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on.
Cage offering the hydrologist a glass of alpaca milk.
Yeah, funny-ish moment.
Nice.
That was when I first saw a bit of Cage and he's actually taking the piss out of himself here.
Certainly.
He's having a little joke.
Yes.
And the audience is all in on it because he's Nick Cage.
Sure.
And everyone knows,
Sure.
Nick Cage, he bought a...
But that's been his entire career.
He buys pygmy heads and things. It's Nick Cage. Wow.
Yeah. I think they wrote this knowing that he had the opportunity to go a bit cagey.
But this is where it's just a bit sad, I think. Because of Nick Cage's career and what's happened with that. Who's gone from, a good actor to just doing films just for money, just to pay off his tax bill. And he's just saying yes to everything. And the more he says yes to, right, his payment, goes down for each consecutive film, as it does because supply and demand.
Sure.
Because anyone can just about have Nick Cage now. Like you don't need millions of dollars to have him in your movie. Obviously,
could get him on this podcast, probably.
But for that reason, I think he's got 6 movies coming out in 2020.
Yeah.
And they're all going to be shit. I guarantee it.
All
of them. They're going to be crap.
Was the Krogs a hit? One is a sequel. It's a cartoon about the caveman family.
But maybe I'm wrong.
The Croods.
The Kroogs isn't. I don't know.
Croods, I think, yeah.
Kroogs.
So he's just, his reputation's gone, and his acting in this is terrible.
He's not. No, it's not. No. It's not terrible.
It's not acting.
It's not terrible. It's right. It's not terrible. It's not
him
great.
Being Nick Cage.
It's Nick Cage.
Yeah.
It's doing his thing, which I give him lots of credit for Raising Arizona and Vampire's Kiss. And
but I feel there were a couple of times when he was. It still felt like he was trying to act in it.
Yeah, but
let's be honest. In the car there, where he's getting so frustrated, and he's obviously a man struggling with insanity, and he can't pull it off.
Well, dude, that's
because everyone looks at him and go, "You're acting. I can tell you're acting. You're just acting like an idiot."
Well, I think that's a callback to Raising Arizona, where John Goodman does that when he gets angry in the car in the same film that Cage is in. That's how I read that and thought, oh, that's nice. It's a little bit.
So that's an Easter egg for you, is it?
Oh,
for fuck's sake!
Missed that. Yeah, it's
environmental issues. Don't drink the water. As I'm drinking a glass of water, I'm saying this.
Well, that was part of a story that could have been.
Yeah, that was one of the threads. I think that there were too many things in it.
Yeah.
I haven't read the original short story, which was back in 1927.
Yeah.
So what it kept is the narrator is still the same character. In the sense it was a geologist or something like that moving through. We've kept the setting the same, Arkham, Massachusetts, around there. And some of the elements of the story, but it is about aliens come down and start changing the environment. They're impacting the crops. They're impacting the animals and changing that. So it is
it's a cool
so
basis
it's not a new story where it's talking about the environment being changed
I think
and all that.
The whole thing with the colour, though, in the book apparently is quite... it's an implied thing. You never.
Yeah, you can't
it's
see
not
it or
described.
something.
Maybe it's a type of color no one's ever seen before, or something like that. Whereas,
he says that
the
Cage
film,
says that.
the film didn't actually put that across. It
We've
just
never
said,
seen this
you know
colour
what?
before.
It's purple.
Yeah.
There's going to be heaps of purple everywhere.
He did nod to that.
Yeah.
It's unlike any color I've actually seen before.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
so.
So why
That's
is it always purple?
It wasn't always purple. Some reds
It's
in
pretty
there.
purple.
So there were some reds,
It's
I
a
think.
violet on the
red.
violet end of
Yeah.
the spectrum.
Very violet.
It was pretty.
Did this remind you of a film we saw, a Netflix film? That
Yeah,
we reviewed?
Annihilation.
Yeah.
yeah. Except it was take the dance pit at the end with the twins
Yes.
and just extend that for half the movie. That was the feeling I had from this.
It's also Monsters, the one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
there was
They
Monsters.
were more kind of corporeal, weren't they? Is that the word?
Well,
I'm
that
looking
was
for?
where they had to build the big wall. Was it
Yeah.
in like Mexico, meteor hidden, something like that, and invaded with
That's right.
infected with all the alien life forms. So again, it's I mean, it
Steve
probably is.
McQueen's movie, The Blob, in the 50s. That's just a blob of shit that just gets bigger and bigger, though.
Yeah, but that doesn't change things. That just consumes.
Yeah.
That's
It
probably
did,
more
didn't it? Yeah.
on the lines of
True.
enemies. But yeah, it was talking about a change in environment, but even then, it's like no one really cared. Everyone's like,
Well, except the hydrologist, he kept telling everybody, "Don't drink this." Like he seemed to be the only normal person in the film. Even the cop.
Everyone else was still under the influence of...
Oh, you think?
yeah.
Because they lived there, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I don't- yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, everyone was all for the jobs and all the rest of it coming out of the reservoir, which was going to.
Yeah, that seemed a bit tacked on, didn't it? We saw that sort of big, the image of the reservoir right at the end, and I thought,
And then the supposed attempted baddie, who was like the mayor coming out. All I know about is the reservoir. But again, what was
it needed an edit, I think.
more than an edit?
If you had have
direction.
edited what it needs, it would only be half an hour long.
Yeah. Okay. Ooh,
Maybe, no, it would be probably an hour long.
hour or so.
An hour long.
Hour and a half is all you need.
So this director, you're
What
calling
was that?
him.
There was a bit of... Sorry, you guys were talking about other stuff. There was some Cronenberg in there as well.
Yes,
We'll throw that in.
the body horror stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but that came from the short story.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit unsettling, wouldn't you say?
Kafka as well, for
cheap.
that matter.
Yeah. Right.
Seen it before.
Yeah.
Nothing new.
Seen it before.
No, that's right. Nothing new.
I had to research this director, and then I realised it's the guy that got fired from The Island of Dr. Moreau in 95, the Brando film.
Oh.
Yeah. Which, well, he got fired from
this
it.
is his comeback. Is this his comeback?
It's his feature comeback. He's done some docos and stuff like that. But
I would fire this guy. in a
Wow.
heartbeat.
He clearly didn't learn anything in between.
yeah,
If you got fired from that turd.
it wasn't a great film either.
No,
was
it was a shocker.
I remember.
Was that a young Marlon Brando doing old... Well, I said...
Old Brando, young
parody.
Val Kilmer.
Yeah,
David
young Val
Thewlis,
Kilmer,
I think, as well.
That was who was in it.
Yeah. I think we're almost done, I reckon, here. But just to wrap up the Cage thing, I was wondering about this. I don't think he's chosen a good role or film since 2005. The Weatherman, I thought, was okay and pretty good for his...
Yeah, but
his kind
so... But
thing.
this is what... Doesn't this stem from his tax problems?
Is that what it is?
He had $150 million and he squandered it on like... He bought a stolen dinosaur head and shrunken pygmy head, like a swollen dinosaur skull.
It
It
was very big.
A stolen dinosaur skull. Shrunken pygmy heads
He did go for
the Shah of Iran's Ferrari. He bought all this stuff.
And he was trying to look for the
this
Holy
is why
Grail.
you shouldn't ever pay to see a Nick Cage film, because
you're just helping
this bullshit.
You're paying the IRS.
That's what it feels like, yeah. And now he's run out of money. He's got tax bills. Apparently his tax problems aren't so bad as they used to be. But now he's making all these crap films just to sustain his lifestyle. Sorry, Merv.
I'm a fan of the National Treasure films.
Oh, I'm not. Oh,
I love
I'm
him.
Certainly not. No, he's not crazy in those. He's just
he's quite fun.
No, but he's trying to act in those. He's not caging things up in that.
No. I know he was fun in Kick-Ass.
Yeah, that's right.
Daddy?
That's 2010.
Sorry, I'm just doing the
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse? No, he's
Spider-Verse?
But that's his voice only. I don't know. I mean, Raising Arizona and Vampire's Kiss, and then he won an Oscar.
Ghost Rider?
Ew.
Admittedly, there's a lot I won't see.
Sorry, of course.
Won't.
Why haven't we yet mentioned his tour de force, Left Behind?
Oh, man. Yeah, I've not seen that, and there's
Apparently
no way.
his brother or brother-in-law is a Christian pastor.
Oh, really?
And he convinced him to do that film. He said it'd be a good idea.
You saw that, didn't you?
I saw it.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a big industry.
Yeah, and that really got my hackles up
Those
about
books,
him.
apparently,
and I was like, what's going on here? Why is...
They're based on books, that film?
Yeah, I'm
Lots
sure.
of big industry.
It's called the Bible.
No, some dickhead wrote these Left Behind series of books.
Oh, okay, right.
And that's huge in the States, apparently.
Cult following.
No idea.
Yeah.
Don't buy into it, people. Don't spend your money on this shit.
I reckon after
Teen Titans Go to the Movies?
Well, I think he... What?
He was a Superman in the cartoon Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Okay.
That was a hit.
Okay. So he's played a Spider-Man and a Superman.
He's been Spider-Man and Superman.
After he won the Oscar for Leaving Las Vegas, I think then he started to go a bit pear-shaped. Like he did The Rock, Con Air, Face Off all in a year and a half or 2 years.
but that
Face
was
Off
fun.
was good. I enjoyed Face Off.
I enjoyed The
didn't.
Rock.
Yeah, okay.
I haven't seen Con Air, I think.
Oh, no, Con Air,
Con Air
I enjoyed.
was-
Con Air was
yeah, I
very
saw
of
that
its
as well.
time. It was good
Yep.
fun.
The Rock was very average. Adaptation, that's probably his second best film after Raising Arizona, I'd say.
When was that?
2002.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, then it's parody. It's self-parody from 2005 onwards.
And look, I mean, people do, Nick's got to survive as well, I suppose. But
So that's it. I didn't know. I was asking Parazad at work, actually. Maybe he owes someone money. That's actually true.
Yeah, if you look it up, and it was only this film that made me look into it more. Was his he had some issues with tax,
Right.
and but he's buying mansions in he was like doing what Johnny Depp might be doing now.
Yeah. Okay.
He had his own
Maybe.
mausoleum in
Apparently.
New Orleans.
Lawyers. Yeah, we can't really feel sorry for him if he's perpetrating this sort of career on us.
Well, yeah, at least make a good film once in a while. Jesus.
Well, he has been in popular films through his voice acting and things like that.
Recently, though.
He was in a bit of a sleeper hit in the kind of slasher movie, a film called Mandy.
Oh, this was like
okay.
2 years ago, wasn't it? Only recent.
Which it was actually real low key.
Yep.
He was very calm and all that, and that kind of did your horror movie festival scene, and everyone of raved about it. And then he goes berserk at the end.
I think that's maybe what he needs to do then is go back to these.
Well, I think this is
kind of indie.
That's what
this film is.
Quality, it is, but
this is the
not
best,
B grade.
This is the best choice he's
There's
made.
a difference
for a long
between
time.
indie and B grade, right?
Oh, not much.
Yeah, no, I think this
is B grade.
But compared to some of the shit that I've checked out on IMDb, this looks like a step up for him from his choices.
Yeah, I think to be fair, he wasn't given a lot. He's being asked to act out a role that is ridiculous in this film.
Yeah.
Even for a madman, and we've seen successful people playing madmen on film forever.
Yeah.
But this, I think it's the screenplay just dwindles to nothing at the end.
No, I thought there was some good lines in it.
Well, you kind of go and see the director going and goes, okay, and Nick, do your thing.
You do it. Do it, Nick.
I think that's it. I detect there's probably a bit of improvisation on his part here where the director went,
that's it.
That's it.
You nailed it, buddy.
And probably the other poor actors just standing around just kind of going, because half the scenes of them are just looking at him just kind of going, huh?
Yeah.
So I think they're not acting there. They're actually generally just kind of going,
doing now?
What's he doing? Am I meant to say something now?
Well, look, final word, I think. I quite enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's great, and I am happy for Cage to do this kind of thing rather than some of the other shit that he's pulling out. So, fine.
I'll probably see the next one he does as well.
Will you? Yeah. That's brave. That's brave. Merv, you lining up for Cage's next film?
If it's the next National Treasure film, I'm there.
Really? Wow. Okay, on that note.
But I'm sure I'll see it on Amazon or something. His films will pop up on Amazon or Netflix. That's where he's going. Netflix will give him a bucket of money to do something.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it's his philosophy. Green light. Yeah, what? You got a script? I'll do it.
Thank you.
Sign here.
Yeah.
Well, but then again, as Michael Caine put it, I made a lot of shit in my career, but I also made a lot of money.
Yeah. I reckon there's one or two great roles left in him.
Yeah.
Probably. Maybe in 10 years or so.
The right director who knows how to direct him, as opposed to just let him be...
Yeah. Be Cage.
Yeah. He's becoming an old man now.
Yeah. That's true. Well...
Aren't we all?
Oh, it's gone a little somber.
Obviously.
All right, gents. That'll do, I reckon. Thank you very much.
That'll do. See ya.
Bye.
Then everything just blew up. Big flash, like a pink light. Or actually, I don't even know what color it was. It wasn't like any color I'd ever seen before.
Looks like a meteorite.